Hi everyone. Well, is this bottle of Old Emmer Cast Strength a Weller killer? Well, we're going to find out. When I got together Thursday night with David Drickhouse, Angry Irish Mac, and Bourbon Barry, we all exchanged samples. We arranged in advance. We were going to have a certain number of samples. We all brought each other that. It was fantastic. Outside, in addition to that, David Drickhouse was kind enough to give me the rest of this Weller 107 Antique bottle. I did taste this once before, courtesy of Bourbon Barry, but he just basically gave me the rest of this bottle, and immediately, I knew what I wanted to do with it. So when I reviewed Old Emmer Cast Strength, loved it, fantastic. I then did a blind against Maker's Mark Cast Strength, which previous to that had beat out, Larceny Barrel Proof and Holiday. The barrel proof, the cast strength, and weeded, all that stuff. This bottle in a blind, I'm not saying it was a blowout, but it beat out my favorite Maker's Mark cast strength, and I was stunned, and I still didn't believe it. So I put them in old fashions. I'm like, nah, it can't be. And I did a blind. Who didn't even know which old fashioned was which. This one again. This beat out Maker's Mark cast strength, but can it beat this out? I tasted this. I absolutely loved this. This was my favorite of any of the Wellers, and of all the samples at the time that I got, this was absolutely the bomb to me. So can this Old Emmer beat this 107 out? We are gonna put them in glasses. We're gonna mix them up. Have no idea which one is which, and we're gonna find out right now, because I'd be, even despite everything that happened with it beating Maker's Mark cast strength, I'd be floored if it beat this. Let's go. Okay, so we got these in glasses, totally mixed up. Have absolutely no idea which is which. Again, I don't want to bore you with that part, but trust me, I don't have a clue. I mixed them up so many times, my head is spinning. So just also for reference, the Old Emmer Cast Strength is 116.6 proof. And per the namesake, the Weller 107 Antique is 107 proof. So, you have a few proof points difference, but and I found when it's in that range, it isn't always a factor. The Maker's Mark cast strength that I had, I think, was about 112 proof, so maybe it was a few proof points higher. But I'm still not thinking that'll actually make the difference. Let me just get some water, and we'll get. Okay, so full disclosure. We have had some iPhone issues here. I keep getting this message that my iPhone storage is full. Try to remove some apps, etc., etc. So, full disclosure here, I've now done this blind twice. We did the blind once, and for some reason it didn't save. I had to do it again. I did it a second time, and again it didn't save. So I'm going to try this a different way, because I'm not going to go and re-drink this stuff, and plus we're now pretty much finished with this. We have a little bit more in the glasses. Before I get started, I just want to say again, David Drickhouse, thank you so much for this. It was extremely generous. Thank you for all the samples and all the samples that we all exchanged, and we'll get into those in future videos. And definitely, if you're not already doing so, definitely follow David Drickhouse. He is a great guy. He has absolutely great content. I'm a huge fan of his, and you definitely got to follow David Drickhouse. So basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you the summary of the results. Now, the thing which will probably give my result of this blind more weight and more confidence, and is that the same, I did two blinds because of the fact that it didn't save, and I wanted to actually see it. I was actually kind of curious. If I did a second blind, would it come out the same way? Both blinds had the same result, and the Weller 107 Antique was the winner. Now, with that being said, this was not close. Now, I know Bourbon Barry did a similar video, and that's when he came up with the term Weller killer. He actually found the Old Emmer did beat the Weller 107 in his blind. Everybody's palates are different. We always say that. There's no right or wrong. But I just did two blinds back to back, and in my case, the Weller 107 Antique won. But I'm going to tell you something. This was so incredibly close that if I just, anything slightly changed, or even if I just kind of like did a toss up or flipped a coin, this could have been it. I did not. I mean, I was shocked about how close the Maker's Mark cast strength was. I think this was even closer. I didn't think that was even possible. I mean, basically, just to sum up, because again, I did this twice, and I'm not going to do it a third time, because it's just there's just nothing left here, and it's just there's no point in doing that, and I'm not going to have any more of this tonight. So, basically, the nose was a little bit. We have the glasses actually now in the order that the glass, the Weller 107 Antique and the Old Emmer, and basically, I found that the Weller 107 Antique just had a little bit more on the nose, and also just a little bit more on the palate. I'm telling you, the palate was even tougher than the nose. I sensed a little bit more, for me, a little bit more pleasant. They're both pleasant, but maybe just a drop more sweetness on the Weller 107 Antique. But the taste was very tough. So what I did was, again, this one I did everything, 100%. Between each nose, I use these coffee beans. I find the coffee beans do, you say cleansing the palate with water. This cleanses cleanses the nose and gives you definitely a better, it kind of separates the two smells, so you can really do that. And then, of course, add water in between each pours. We did this 100%. I mean, if I was careful on the other ones, I was so careful on this one, and we did it twice. And both times, yes, the Weller 107 Antique won, and both times this was a very, very close. So basically, to sum up, I mean, I guess in terms of the order of things, I guess now my Maker's Mark Cast Strength is third. You got Weller Antique 107 1, Old Emmer Cast Strength 2, and then my Maker's Mark Cast Strength 3. But honestly, if you had any one of them, I mean, they're all wonderful. And you know what, honestly, even the Larceny and the Holiday, I mean, these are all amazing pours. But let's focus on this one. Yes, this finally, I guess, took its loss right here to this. But I mean, let's just be real here. I got this in Total Wine. This is a Total Wine, direct marketing. This is one of them they promote. I think it was in the $40 range or something, give or take. I forget what it was. I mean, it's 116.6 proof in that price. If you even try to get this in New Jersey, I mean, I always make videos and I kind of make fun of this and joke around, but I mean, the prices of this, if I see this on a shelf, it's like $200 plus. The cheapest I think I've ever seen this at was in the low 100s, and I was almost concerned. I'm like, this is a $60 MSRP. It's fabulous. I think I proved to myself even more. I'm like, Jeff, it's a good decision that you did not go for that crazy price, because this $40 bottle from Total Wine almost beat this. And I mean that. It is so close. I had a really, especially on the palate, even more so, I had a really struggle. And I did not think it would be that way, because when I had this, I was like, I love this. So, yes, it won, and yes, it won twice. And, given the namesake, that's great. That's wonderful. But this one is a true winner. I mean, because the fact that it beat out everything else and came so close here. So, I mean, if you have a choice, $40 or in Total Wine, whatever this price was, and to pay this crazy, secondary price for this, that certainly taught me something. And so the fact that, yes, the video didn't work out the way I wanted to. I had iPhone issues. I got to delete a lot of storage. I have to, I don't even know what is causing it that, but, to be filled. But I'll work on my iPhone. So you didn't get to see the actual tasting, but I'm giving you the summary right now, which is just as good. But really, the moral of the story is that when we remove labels, when we remove any marketing materials, we just do a pure blind. Yeah, in this case, this one, it really is good, but it's not $240 good. This is $40-something, and it came just so close to knocking this off. So this is the winner here. But in the big picture, in terms of your wallet, I think this is a definite buy. Cheers, thanks for watching, and we will have all the reviews of all the other samples from our night the other night coming up. Take care.